Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, it's your host, Anarchy, back again, talking more about the stuff that we need to expect come Black Ops 7, my friends. And you guys know that I love talking about Call of Duty, right? That's my forte. So let's get into it. Let's get into the whatever you guys want to call it. Let's get into the details, I suppose. And I'm super excited to talk about this. This is definitely something that's been on my mind for a while now. I'm very excited to discuss the whole zombies situation with you guys. I've been kind of wanting to discuss this, but it's also been something that's just kind of sitting in the back of my mind, and I wasn't sure how I should bring it up. So that being said, welcome to another video. My name's Anarchy, guys, and I have a lot of gobblegums. I'm glad that those transferred. Anyway, swag back. Ignore that, y'all. And so we're gonna get into the nice content here. Of course, I'm gonna be playing some directed, so we can easily pause the game without a worry in the world, of course. So I can give you guys the full details. We're not going to be playing Reckoning, as I hate that map. But you know what, guys? I think today we're probably just going to play some Shattered Veil, I think. And yeah, I just want to say, huge W to all you guys who are subscribed, all nearly 800 of you who are subscribed to the channel. Click that subscribe button if you guys want more Bo7 news. As you guys know, I did the same thing with Bo6 when it was dropping. I dropped a whole bunch of news about augments, the different maps at launch, and everything. This year we're not getting 2 maps at launch. It's very different. We're getting 1 main map at launch during beta, and then we will get another map on the official launch, which is Ashes of the Dam. So first we get the farmhouse survival, and then we're getting Ashes of the Dam is what it looks like. Now, in today's video, we're going to be going over the Ashes of the Dam. Basically, that's what we're going to be discussing in detail, is Ashes of the Damned. So it's basically a big tour and discussion of Ashes of the Dam today. If that doesn't interest you, click off the video. If that does interest you, obviously stay and watch the video. Me personally, I'm definitely interested to see this. I haven't read too much into this map yet, or really heard much about it, so I'm definitely interested to see it. And let's get into this, guys. I know you guys want the content. I do have to say, everyone, happy spooky season. It is officially October 1st. Major W there. And the beta officially goes live for most people in 20 hours. That's those of you guys who are playing on the early time zones, of course. Those who are playing on later time zones, it may be active a day later or so, or 20 hours later after that, and that's okay. I do want to say thank you to anybody who's been watching my videos.
I trust your journey was uneventful.
Or just any of my Call of Duty content since the beginning, because
it was worth dragging the sensible artifact halfway around the globe.
This stuff has been really fun to make, and I think it's been even funner when I have an audience like you guys to enjoy my content. So, definitely thank you as far as that goes. Combat axe.
Hurry!
That's an Easter
We
egg.
have so much to do, and it is lonely down here.
Patience, Sam. The team is busy schmoozing with the locals.
So, getting into the details, I suppose, let's start talking about basically what is up
Stop
first
cooking
here.
me some bloody lunch. I ain't your fucking Stango.
It's already insta kill. This round cap is 3.
Some final preparations remain to activate the Sentinel artifact. Only then can we bring back Nexus from the Nasuda.
Great. More mystic puzzles, yeah? Fuck me, Dad.
Alright, so let's kind of get into the first part of these announcements, of course. So this intel is going to basically bring you guys Ashes of the Damned, new environments, wonder weaponry, enemies, challenges, a new wonder vehicle, augments, gobblegums, progression systems, and all new curse mode with the chaotic return of Dead Ops Arcade. And I read that basically word for word. So that's pretty much all of that is 100% true, guys. Now, if you guys give me 1 minute, I will be right back to read the next part. I'm just going to say right now, the next part is a summary of Ashes of the Damned, splitting us off into parts. I might actually do chapters too. So, the Ashes of the Damned. Okay. So we got 8 dedicated crew members this time across multiple timelines. My guess is, of course, the Bo6 crew with
Heads for fun and profit. And
the,
business is booming.
with the premise dash whatever. Yeah, so I'm guessing we're getting like the Bo3 crew with the Bo6 crew, which is really cool. Especially when you have Gobblegums in the game too. So that's super fucking dope.
Around what we're using to gas up the Sentinel thingy.
They call it prima materia. That's some bullshit alchemy term. We need something.
Running
more
a soul harvesting entity.
Particles. Has a nice ring, don't you
And
think?
Awakening in the Dark Aether. Ashes of the Dam launches November 14th. So like I said, this is basically the second launch map. This is your terminus, if you will. So
I'll pummel you, Rancid fucker, till I'm stuck.
you don't get it until the game officially launches. So there's that.
Every cartel boss and arms dealer I
Black
ever
Ops
met
7
had a
Zombies
killer,
Twisting
plantation,
Journey. My
mansion,
guess is a lot of
sequel
these
to
are gonna
some.
make.
To me, house like this screams trouble.
What? The walking corpses weren't enough of a red. Flag.
So we got a new environment called the Dams.
Max armor.
Oh, you are fucked now.
So this looks
brains.
super cool. Anyway, basically a Dark Aether area. Super cool aesthetic to it. Hoping the points aren't like this in that game, by the way.
Until today, the only reason I'd be caught dead in redneck territory is the barbecue.
Ugh, stop right there. With all the dead meat around here, you'll put me off.
Ashes of the Damned, a Dark Aether hellscape where warped locations collide. Each fractured landmark looming through the fog. So this is supposed to be a transit remake, but it kind of acts like its own map. In my opinion, it's really cool and unique, actually. How it just acts like its own thing, you know? You don't get that with a lot of maps nowadays, but yeah. The fog and linked purveyors offering perilous passage.
God,
I'm really hoping the denizens aren't back on this map. That's my hope. And please tell me that I will not be disappointed. There's a new Wonder Vehicle. I like the name of this, honestly. Wonder Vehicle is such an interesting concept. It's such a cool name. There's some type of vehicle that we're using. I like that. Vehicles and zombies. When do we see that other than like Outbreak? You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely an interesting philosophy.
Throwing frag.
Going back into it, this is an upgradable, repairable
We are far from home, you and I.
vehicle called Old Tessie.
What do you think of the
It's driven with
West?
Ted's volatile guidance.
Is that some kind of
This
Soviet
rusting
cookout?
pickup
'Cause I read
becomes
that on
both
the
a
t-shirt.
lifeline and a weapon across the fog-choked roads. I definitely like this part about this because it becomes a weapon, which is super cool. We don't often see vehicles utilized as weapons very well, so I'm very interested to see what they're planning on
There
doing
were lovely
with that.
side once in a while.
I'm definitely interested to see what they're gonna do with that. In
Double points.
Next up is the Bestiary. Ashes of the Dam teams with horrors, swarming zombies, scavenging ravagers, hulking Zursa, and volatile wraith seeds, each twisting survival into a brutal contest of endurance, precision, and squad comms. This is already sounding really interesting.
Shock out.
The Wonder Weapon, the Sinister Necro Fluid Gauntlet. I really like how this plays as a remaster of Transit, but at the same time it's not, because it's so unique. So Necro Fluid Gauntlet really reminds me of the Gauntlet of Siegfried from Black Ops 4 when I saw it.
Nothing scary than
Really
my right
cool. It's
foot.
like a skull gauntlet type machination little thing that they got rolling there, and it looks really fucking cool. So that's a definite W. This gauntlet fires a mysterious liquid-like fluid by hardening it into deadly spikes, impaling foes and feeding on their life force with vampiric hunger. So it basically drains life force, which is something we've seen in zombies, but not to like a large extent, really. Which is why this map feels so special, because it feels unique. Jump pads and traps. So we have jump pads, which look really cool for transportation. If you remember, all transit really had was the bus. We got jump pads in this map. This map ends up being large. It's going to be unique with the fact that it has jump pads. How many maps do you guys know that actually have jump pads available in the map? Because I can name very few. And this is good. Kind of gives us a little bit of a starting place here.
Double points.
I think some just went in my mouth.
So jump pads, directional jump pads, rapid traversal tools once powered up. The saw blade trap debuts as a grotesque contraption powered by gasoline and essence, aka points. So next is a narrative overview. I'm going to take a second and just read off this whole little overview that we got going here.
All right, I'm making the rounds. Who needs a top up? Bang, motherfucker.
let's just keep on reading through
Food
this. You guys are gonna
power.
love kind of this next piece, which is where does the story connect for this map? Kind of like, what is the story for this map? That's kind of what we're going into with this next piece here.
Big compromise.
This next piece is very important, which is why I'm actually going to pause the game to go over it. And if it saves and resets this, I'm perfectly fine with that. Next piece, significantly important. Culmination of the reckoning, players would be wise to question exactly where this new crew has been transferred to. The entire Black Ops 7 story takes place within the beating heart of the Dark Aether, including future maps as different timelines collide in the form of a combined 8-person crew. Dempsey, Nikolai, Takio, Richtofen, Maya, Weaver, Carver, and Gray are all dedicated crew characters, and although any Black Ops 7 operator can be chosen in Zombies, you'll experience additional conversations and the richest story if you and your teammates are running this crew. Same thing that we've got in the past few Call of Duties with that type of nostalgia trip, I guess you could say. But also, we're getting the same dedicated crew type thing that we've gotten for a couple CODs now, since probably Cold War, and you're getting extra lines of dialogue for dedicated crew members, which is something that's incredibly important. Along with that, longtime zombie fans will recognize 3 familiar voices returning to Zombies. These voices are Dr. Edward Richtofen, voiced by Nolan North, which is one that a lot of people, I guarantee, wanted to see. Nikolai, voiced by Fred Tatasciore. And Tank Dempsey, voiced by Steve Blum. Now, 2 of these are very recognizable. One of them you may not recognize, but you're going to recognize, obviously, Nikolai, right? Anyway, along with debut of Nelson Lee as the voice of Takio Masaki, now hailing from 16th century feudal Japan. So like an Assassin's Creed Shadows type thing. Entire Black Ops 7 Zombies experience is a wild ride across the Dark Aether with a full complement of maps planned across the board. Post-launch seasons expect more round-based maps, the second of which will drop during Season 1, as well as additional survival maps throughout the seasons. So this is super cool to hear that, you know, just to hear that we're going to have so many fucking zombie maps and so many fucking survival maps. It's going to be hard to even pick one to play. And this is definitely giving the Black Ops 2 vibes here with all these different survival maps and stuff. So that's definitely huge. Moving on to the next portion of the video is the environment. Speaking of the environment, the crew may have doubled. The whereabouts of support members are unknown, and they must explore an environment doing its level best to kill them all. I think it's supposed to say this time. This time, the exploration occurs in unprecedented territory where the earthly rules of engagement do not apply. And now more than ever, staying together as a squad is the key to survival. Already reminded me of the Reckoning. Ashes of the Dam can best be described as an off-world Bermuda Triangle, where various earthly and celestial locations transported and dropped into this place, beginning with the twisted, otherworldly Janus Towers that once resided in Liberty Falls. There are 6 terrifying and surreal main locations to investigate, all linked together by treacherous and unforgiving roadways teeming with deadly threats. Ashes of the Damned, a cursory glance at a strange land. This map is an exploration into the Dark Aether, a purgatory where scattered places from other times and dimensions loom out of the fog. Below is a mere cursory glance at some of the new areas to investigate. Janus Towers Plaza. This basically looks like it was extracted from Liberty Falls and The Reckoning and those 2 maps in specific, but part of it looks like it was extracted from Shattered Veil too, so it's interesting. Van Dorn Farm. This looks like this is the survival map that the game will launch with, that's playable at launch. It actually doesn't look that bad. Once idealistic homestead, now a horrific memory of one family's descent into madness and ritualistic terror. And I realized that I just forgot to read the description of the Janus Tower area. Triple-towered superstructure violently crashed into a warped and hostile dimension. One tower has collapsed completely, while electricity sparks and cracks from severed power lines arcing into their oppressive skies. Very interesting descriptions, Treyarch. These are very in-depth. Blackwater Lake. Almost looks like the house from Revelations, in a way. Tormented phantoms and a drowning in the dark waters, a single act of horror is remembered across an afterlife of guilt. Teasing afterlife, perhaps? Anyway, Ashwood, Frontier Town. This is looking like Buried, kind of, here. So we've already got some little teases of Buried and Mob of the Dead kind of thrown in. Overrun, inhabitants massacred into a war of bygone era. Exit 115. Teasing group 115? Okay. Teasing 115 here. Element 115, perhaps. Its rest stop and crumbling freeway overpass is torn from its original locations. Faint echoes of a doomed confrontation. Only desperation and betrayal remain. My guess is this is like the diner-town type area from BO2, which... Zarya Cosmodrome. This one gives me Ascension vibes. So it makes it very interesting that it's here, right? Those hearing voices reaching the world now speak of betrayal, sabotage, and scientific hubris. Greed and darker influences have prevented an ascension. Ascension reference? Or life reference? Farm reference. Buried reference. We're getting a lot of references from various Call of Duty games here, as you guys may be able to hear. The Fog. An area referred to simply as the Fog. Much of the traversal roads, some with additional areas of investigation, such as a grounded ship or a forest of monoliths. Honestly, just sounds like Shangri-La and Call of the Dead right there. Are blanketed in a layer of foreboding mist. Transportation advised through these shrouded areas as only the bravest or most foolhardy venture through these areas on foot. It looks like we're getting some form of denizens. I'm not sure what form of denizens these are. Don't expect a gradual increase in difficulty if you decide to run through the fog. Go ahead, in areas. Skill and preparation are needed before venturing here, and overstaying your welcome. And these zones may result in a significantly challenging environment. Enemies here seem to be far more powerful, appearing more rapidly and moving at faster speed. While you're dealing with this increased threat, watch your step. Explosive growths are also lurking in the fog. New wonder vehicle, Old Tessie. Ashes Dam has a deadly network of roadways to travel between its main location. Fortunately for you, there's a rustling pickup truck nearby that looks tough enough to withstand an undead battering. Though it isn't quite battle ready yet. The truck is tough, but it isn't impervious to the forces of the Dark Aether, and after a severe battering, it can become temporarily inoperable. Keep an eye on its reinforced steel frame and react accordingly. If Old Tessie needs a pit stop, methods to repair this wonder vehicle remain to be seen. Those who explore carefully enough may even discover a series of upgrades to improve their chances of survival, from a familiar former bus driver's head to a mountable DG2 turret. Now we're going to save and quit and come back. In addition to blasting maggot sacks to atoms with the classic ray gun and ray gun Mark II, is a brand new wonder weapon to wield in Ashes of the Damned. Upon discovery, the Necrofluid Gauntlet is a black skull fanged glove that glows with a bilious greenish hue. Ancient artifacts seem to be deadly at both melee and long ranges. Its umbral surface veins choked by a vicious liquid that the gauntlet seems to control. In fact, the entire weapon seems alive and hungry. The gauntlet and the dark liquid can be reshaped into powerful spikes that shoot forth, skewering targets at the range before being summoned back into the gauntlet, inflicting further damage. It's rumored that the Necrofluid Gauntlet has vampiric tendencies and can also pull in items and power-ups from a distance. Forced through the veil and into the Dark Aether, you'll face an array of damned souls, some torn from realities that now wander across forbidden lands. Cursed to hunt without end, this is not a full accounting of the horrors you'll encounter, but a glimpse of threats and oddities awaiting you in Ashes of the Damned. Now we get to the enemies of Ashes of the Damned. Now, this is just some of the enemies. I know this video is already treading over the 40-minute mark, but there is so much to cover in this damn map. I was not even expecting this much stuff. Now, I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts on each one of these zombies as we discuss them. Foundation of every horde, ceaseless, ravenous, and relentless in their pursuit. The base zombies and armored zombies converge in swarming masses, clawing until nothing remains. Should you escape their reach, they resort to a revolting, improvised display, tearing flesh from their decaying forms to fling at you with grotesque projectiles. So it will be coming back, the Cold War and Bo7 formula of zombies throwing their flesh at you. That is coming back. There will not be camping. That's obvious. Ravagers. Said to be tortured minions of an unknown evil, the Ravager prowls the dark aether on all fours, usually in packs, lurking in the shadows until the moment it can strike. Drawn to material spoils, the creature consumes salvage and other drop provisions, a habit that can directly impact your survival in the field. Packs of Ravagers are especially dangerous, overwhelming squads with relentless flurries of sharp clawed wounding more than just scavengers. Ravagers can also latch onto moving vehicles even at high speeds. So, Ravagers are interesting. I'm thinking that the Ravagers are perhaps this version, this Black Ops 7 version of the Denizens, is what it sounds like. And it sounds like they can now steal your scrap or your salvage. So it sounds like that these new denizens have kind of picked up a mimic trait and can wait for you to grab salvage and then attack you, which is very interesting. If I was gonna rate them, I would rate them like a 6, maybe 7. Alright, next we move on to the Zursa. This is the one I was most interested in, the Hellhound Bear type creature. Apex predator twisted by the Dark Aether, a Zursa is no ordinary bear, but a hulking undead monstrosity, whose thick hide and parasitic infestations make it an elite level threat, driven by madness and aggression. It mauls with bite and claw strikes that not only deal heavy damage, but wound victims, leaving them vulnerable to lingering harm until they recover. When the Zursa roars into combat, expected to charge on all fours, battering through teams or slamming into old Tessie. As if its raw strength weren't enough, the Zursa is host to parasitic insects, so-called zombies. They swarm from hive-like growths, infesting the beast's fur and skin. Its clouds of stinging death add chaos to an already fraught fight. When taking on alone, the Zursa is a towering menace amid other threats. It becomes a mauling engine of devastation. Now, I just gotta say, Zursa is a 10 out of 10 on badass swagger, dopeness scale. General Intel, Black Ops 7 changes to enemies. Audio cues. Did you hear that? Expect to hear a special round audio stinger when zombie strength increases as the round progresses. Fewer super sprinters. Fast-moving zombies, aka super sprinters, which start to appear at a higher rounds, will increase in frequency at a lower rate. As rounds continue past 55, the maximum number of super sprinters in a round will be lowered slightly while still keeping the challenge high. Heavy and light armored zombies are weighed down by their protective skeletal armor and are slower and more durable. Armored zombies no longer super sprint and higher rounds. Zombie armor is more easily destroyed but more durable against explosive damage. Certain weapon and attachment combinations are more effective at armored zombie takedowns. Sliding into a normal zombie knocks it down but doesn't inflict a lot of damage. Jump pads are back from Firebase Z. On this map, once power's been restored to the local area, you're navigating around. Aside from bringing some illumination to the horrors you're confronting, you can also investigate several mysterious technical marvels across Ashes of the Dam known as jump pads. Jump pads allow players to navigate across the vast landscape of the map rather than brave the thoroughfares of the hellscape. For a normal essence fee that's comparable to an inexpensive door buy, you interact with the jump pad console, which may have more than one destination available. Choose your landing spot. You're then instantaneously launched into the skies, traveling a vast arc over the map, landing at a second landing pad in the chosen location. Jump pads are useful in a variety of situations, like assembling a team in a hurry, navigating without the need for old Tessie, or quickly returning to a previously explored locale to obtain a valuable item like a self-revive kit, or perk. The Saw Blade Trap. Survivalists lost in time to the Dark Aether seem to have gathered a variety of junk and equipment, fashioned it into a viciously effective chimera of a trap. A small plastic doll set on 3 megaphones below, with a chainsaw with circular saw blades embedded into it, attached to a vehicle engine and connected to a power switch. Flip that switch by expending essence, and a haunting beat, complete with soft wailing sounds, waft through the aether. The eerie music attracts the zombies. Multi-bladed chainsaw brings the carnage, and any nearby undead foes get minced into offal. Next up is Dark Preparations, Modes, and Loadouts. Black Ops 7 Zombies expands with standard, directed, survival, and curse modes, offering story-driven quests, streamlined guidance, tighter endurance maps, high-risk relic hunts, plus Dead Ops Arcade 4, back for the first time in 5 years. Find more intel on DOA 4 in a future video. Prepare for a match with a loadout catering up to 30 weapons you can unlock and level up, along with new and returning equipment, field upgrades and gobblegums, weapon prestige, build codes, and melee criticals. Add depth, letting squads personalize survival strategies from match start, unless they're looking for something a little more old school and cursed. I'm going to say that really reminds me of Extinction and how you can put on all this special stuff in Extinction. Black Ops 7 Zombies has 4 different modes. Upon launch, Black Ops 7 launches with several modes, along with highly anticipated return of Dead Ops Arcade 4. Expect zombie experiences designed for all manner of undead slayers, from the novice to the hardcore zombie veteran. Standard. Play the new round-based map Ashes of the Damned, continuing the fight against the undead within the Dark Aether. Search for clues to the truth of what lies ahead, which literally has been the thing since probably Transit. Or since Kino, to be honest. Recommended for experienced players, this will include access to main quest and side quest content. Will be available on November 14th. Directed, opt for a streamlined path through a zombies map where clear objectives and guided progression keep you locked on the main quest. This is an experience that's more approachable for new players or those chasing story-driven completion. Expect Directed to launch after Standard in a similar cadence to Black Ops 6. So we will probably get those about a month after each map. So if it's November, we will probably get it in December, obviously, right? So it'll probably be like December 14th or so, or December 15th or so, we'll get the Directed mode guide, basically. Survival maps. Survival is its own game mode, basically, with multiple maps throughout the launch of Black Ops 7 and the post-seasons of the launch. Survival maps are coming to zombies for the first time since Black Ops 2, delivering focused, unfiltered experience. Based on small parts of Ashes of the Damned at launch, there are no quests other than you and your squad surviving against the relentless undead for as long as you can. Cursed. Take on a new experience featuring some legacy mechanics with numerous side quests to unearth, increasingly potent and cursed relics. Activate these relics to face harder challenges in exchange for new levels of power, replayability, and rewards. Relics, rewards, and an old school challenge, Cursed Mode. Tailor-made for the hardcore, crafted for those seeking a more demanding experience with new layers of challenge to discover and overcome for access to unique rewards. This is one of Black Ops 7's biggest innovations, directly inspired by feedback from the zombies community. You can't even enter Cursed until you've fulfilled certain criteria. Once you've figured out how to access the mode itself, you'll start your Cursed match with some familiar friends, only a trusty pistol in your hand with no loadout weapons available, no minimap, and a classic points system inspired by Black Ops 3. And I'll give you guys my thoughts on this in just a second. From there, your focus is finding archaic artifacts of great power hidden away across dark aether, time, and space, known as relics, each one themed around a totem from Black Ops Zombies history. Every relic has a unique condition to discover it, and the requirements needed can be unforgiving. These cursed relics aren't simply here to display in a trophy cabinet. They provide a debuff modifier, making your subsequent matches even more challenging. Each relic offers a unique challenge. Once unlocked and applied to a match, several of these modifiers can enable further restrictions that longtime fans will find familiar. A limit of 4 Perca-Colas or the removal of ammo caches are just 2 examples. With the relics becoming available in varying degrees of cursed power, your future cursed matches, available as private matches with the host collection of relics available to pick from, are set to become even more hectic as you hunt down more dangerous artifacts in Black Ops 7 Zombies. Maps will also have more relics to discover throughout post-launch seasons. Why curse yourself by choosing relics to increase the challenge? Because doing so is the key to unlocking more powerful relics as well as granting you classified benefits and rewards unique to the mode. Classified reference. Match preparations. Ranged weapon from primary or secondary category specific attachments within the gunsmith. Seem to offer zombie specific benefits like an increased chance at criticals or salvage, single melee weapon, build upgrade that can be changed in match at the pause menu, tactical equipment including stalwarts like Decoy, and old favorites like the Simple Monkey and the Casimir, along with Black Ops 7 specific tacticals and lethal equipment. Gobblegum packs can be swapped to another player chosen pack and match at random. Gobblegum inventories from BO6 will be accessible in BO7. Build codes. In addition to the return of zombie preferred builds, weapons you construct in the gunsmith now have an associated build code that you can share with friends or import using a code you see someone using. 30 weapons to level up and unlock in Black Ops 7, along with military special mastery camos to unlock. Weapon prestige is available in zombies for all Black Ops 7 weapons, including the ability to unlock unique prestige attachment and more weapon camos with each weapon. Support weapons include the all-new Disciple injection as well as selection of Black Ops 7 ordnance. Find these as a drop to loot or build them at your crafting table. Melee weapon adjustments. There's a beneficial change coming to melee weapons in Black Ops 7, allowing them to inflict critical and more damaging attacks, allowing for much more personality with every melee weapon you use. Look for a full explanation of this feature later in this blog. New and returning features. Salvage power-up intel. Essence can now be gained by recycling gobblegums. Salvage drops scale and value, with missed rewards returning at milestones, while power-ups gain a random perk option. Fire sale discounts, traps alongside mystery boxes. Black Ops 7 Zombies launches with a huge variety of perk-a-colas, ammo mods, and field upgrades. A massive expansion with 66 new choices, 192 total augments. Research progress continued from Black Ops 6 and a new overheal mechanic, letting you stack buffs and customize your survival chances like never before. Now, recommendations. Gather up those gobblegums, guys, in the last few days till BO7 comes out, and gather up those augments. Finish those up, because more augments and abilities, they're going to transfer over to BO7. Wall buys, ammo caches, and mystery boxes. Wall buys add ammo for the weapon you bought. Armor upgrades are newly streamlined. Ammo caches return with updated visuals and scaling costs. Mystery boxes return now, granting either tools and improved rarities as round progresses. That means if you're going into round, say 30 with a green gun, you're probably going to get a purple wrench or something, you know. Crafting tables introduce new and returning tacticals, lethals, and supports, including the new Disciple injection. TED tests, HUD options, and exfil. TED tests, Evolve Stamp trials, HUD customization continues. Exfil shifts to eerie phone booths, summoning high-value targets before escapes can occur. So instead of like the 100 zombies or whatever, you're finding a high-value target, and you're fighting them. Solo save pause and armory systems continue from BO6. Very happy to see that. Additions include firing range, loadout testing, expanded zombies intel, weapon prestige, weekly, and mastery badge challenges, and more. Essence and salvage are both confirmed to be currencies. With Essence, you can power up objective devices, use them on door buys, access wall buys, armor, weapons, ammo cache, jump pads, mystery box, Perca-Cola machines, Pack-a-Punch machines, vehicle summon stations, TED tasks, and traps. You can still split the doors half and half, and you can also get certain Gobblegums, Gunsmith attachments, as well as Vulture Aid perk augments that can influence the amount of essence dropped. Salvage can be used to access ammo mods and apply it with the arsenal machines. Upgrade rarity tiers from gray to uncommon to green to rare to blue epic to finally legendary, so it inflicts more damage. And certain gunsmith attachments as well as Vulture's Aid perk can influence the amount of salvage dropped. Gobblegums can now be recycled to receive instant additional essence. The amount you receive is determined by the Gobblegum rarity. This could actually be kind of fucked up if somebody has all legendary gums or all ultra gums and they have like 100 of a certain ultra from Bo6 that they never use. And then they just recycle all of them and end up with like over 1,000,000 points. Adding to the power-ups, nothing really is new aside from the Coca-Cola. Power-ups can still be found in secretive ways, such as what you do on Liberty Falls to find the secret hidden power-ups. Random perk grants a player a randomly chosen perk they do not own. Arcs ammo now fills up all your equipment as well as ammo. Fire sale now temporarily reduces the cost of traps and wall buys. Random perk power-up has been added to randomly drop power-ups. Number of perks must be purchased by all teammates before the power-up can appear. Multiple power-ups randomly dropping within a single round is now a more frequent occurrence, such as Black Ops 2, so we're back to that system. New Gobblegum Power Vacuum that decreases the chance of power-up spawning after zombie kills. We're back with that Bo3 Gobblegum. Gobblegums that summon power-ups automatically activate the power-ups they summon, removing the need to run into them. Types of Perk-a-Colas include Wisp Tea, the new perk, Juggernog, PhD Flopper, Elemental Pop, Melee Macchiato, Vulture's Aid, Double Tap, Quick Revive, Deadshot Daiquiri, Death Perception, Stamina Up, and Speed Cola upon launch. 6 types of ammo mods: Fireworks, Brain Rot, Napalm Burst, Shadow Rift, Dead Wire, and Chiral Freeze. You'll notice Fireworks is new and Wisp T are both new. 6 types of field upgrades: 1 new, 5 returning: Toxic Growth, Dark Flare, Healing Aura, Frenzied Guard, Energy Mine, and Aether Shroud. So it looks like we're getting Toxic Growth back. I still wish they would put Ring of Fire. I miss those days. Especially with how much harder the field upgrades are to get now. Expect 6 augments for each. 6 minor and 6 major is what I imagine. Six augments from Bo6 plus 2 brand new augments, 1 major and 1 minor. And some of the field upgrades and stuff that were not mentioned will be returning. They just have not been added yet. Now, the augments video I'm thinking I will do in the morning. I don't have any, preferred time of doing that, but I'm thinking the augments video happens in the morning. The new perk and augments videos will come in the morning. We'll talk about the perks that are in the game, what they do. And we'll talk about them. I'll go over toxic growth, what it does, the perks, field upgrades, and augments. But this was Ashes of the Damned. And as far as I know, I think we nailed everything that was Ashes of the Damned. I do want to discuss there will be a rampage inducer. You won't spawn super sprinters until round 20. I am gonna note that down. Crafting tables, arsenal. There will be a lot of HUD customization. Challenges have been confirmed for the game. And here, last but not least, here is what is going to be fully available. Transferring over from Black Ops 6 on November 14th. All double XP tokens, so you will not have access to these in the beta. All double XP tokens, level XP, weapon XP, battle pass XP, all gobblegums, all augments and augment research progression, aside from the Bo7 stuff, because you don't have access to it yet. Black Ops 6 Zombies dedicated crew, Carver, Gray, Maya, Weaver, along with any operator skin rewards earned from completing main quests in Black Ops 6 Zombies. So that means those of you who have the blue Maya, or those of you guys who have the special Weaver skin from Citadel, or the special Carver or Gray skins that you get for completing the maps, you will keep those. And they're transferable. They're one of the very few transferable things, but if you earn them, they're there. Lastly, I want to tell you guys, early access beta, October 2nd to October 5th. Open beta, October 5th to October 8th. Thank you guys for staying tuned. I have so much more to discuss in the upcoming days. We'll be going over augments. We'll be going over field upgrades. And lastly, we will be going over the perks and such. I do want to cross out a couple things that we did go over. We went over Ashes of the Damned, everything about it. We went over the different game modes. Relics, we went over those. We went over the different power-ups in zombies. The new Perca-Cola power-up. Right? We discussed the changes to the power-ups and the perks and etc. However, I want you guys to look out for a couple of videos coming between now and Bo7 beta. The end of Bo7 beta. I'll have a couple videos out. First of all, I want to say, between now and probably the 4th, I will have out multiple videos. There'll be one video that was last night, the Reckoning review. It's out. I made it. I didn't like it. I reviewed it. You guys can check it out. The Reckoning, world's biggest disaster. And this video is going to be out. Ashes of the Damned review. I will have another video on survival maps coming soon. I'm going to have a bunch of short, 30-minute videos And it's going to be the Perca-Colas, the field upgrades, the blah 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 blah-de blah. And trust me, chat, we're going to get out those Perca-Cola videos, field upgrade videos, the fucking, what's the one I'm missing? The augments video, that one's going to be fucking huge. As we're going to be using Bo6 as the format for that. I'm thinking augments video is the one we're making tomorrow. Or in the morning. But we got a whole bunch of videos to get out before I hop on Bo7, right? There's like 3 videos I need to get out before that happens. So, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a long one. This has been the longest one of the long videos. Just know that. This has been the longest that we're going to get with the Bo7 content. The longest video that you guys are going to get personally with Bo7. I'm not going to have a longer video out for you guys about Bo7. So that's the good thing. That's what you won't have to worry about is Bo7 and longer videos like this. You're not going to have to worry about an hour and 15-minute video with any of the other shit, right? It's been your boy Anarchy. Chat. It's been a fucking ride, to say the least. We've uncovered a lot today about Bo7 Zombies. I can't wait to go into it with a full head of steam, knowing more than the average person, and putting all my strength into that Bo7, man. Let's hope that we have a good year this year for Black Ops Zombies, and I have no confirmation on the podcast with Ryan. He has yet to tell me, are we doing it? Are we not? But my guess is we might not be, because his work schedule is real tough right now. So, I'm sorry about that, guys. We might not have that this year. That might not be a luxury that we can afford, unfortunately. But a luxury that I will afford is enjoying Black Ops 7 with you all. Been a hell of a ride. Believe me when I say there's no other people I would rather be on this ride with than you guys, my subscribers. So thank you. And thank you guys to the followers on my Twitch who get to see these videos early before they even drop. I just wanted to shout out all you guys because it's a big thank you. All you guys who have just supported me left and right, and the channel's almost at 800. I'm waiting until we hit 800. Maybe I'll do 800 subscriber special, right? Maybe that's like when I do like an Easter egg or something for a special video, right? Thank you. Peace, love, and hugs, man. I'll catch you guys later.